Been a couple days. All right. Come on, Battle Brothers. Didn't seem like a ridiculous command to ask you to start. Weird. Let's try that again. An error occurred while updating Battle Brothers. Update required. No shit. How's my trip? My trip is good. Glad to be back with people fucking nitpicking 902. Excited about that. All right. Where is my launch of this? Is this the final mod? Final cut for our stuff? Okay, clean. Back in Steam. Let's try that again. Trip was nice. It was nice to have a little break. Saw some friends. Got out of the house a little bit. It's good. Today the plan is to finish up the Battle Brothers campaign. We're going to check out the Davkul armor. We're going to check out the late game builds. We killed the Kraken. We're going to go build a Potion of Oblivion, and we're going to multiply it by 5 and build 5 Potion of Oblivion to look around what we could have done with these late game characters and go from there. Hello, Evely. All right. Meme daggers leveled? Sure. This build was fucking garbage. Alright. I'm sounding a bit under the weather. No, I'm not under the weather. Alright. Let's take a look. Gain some weight and some hair. Object permanence is not something chat's figured out yet, huh? We'll get there. We'll get there. Weird audio distortion. I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it is the answer. It's possible. It'd be good to know if there was weird audio distortion. But if you just haven't heard me in a few days and are like, oh, he sounds different, I don't know what to tell you. All right. Let's just check out this. I kind of want to do an end game evaluation of this. So we needed to do what? We found the last part. We need to go craft the Potion of Oblivion, and we need to go check out the Davkul armor, right? What did we just fight? Hello, Wavian. This fucking build. Oh, I wanted to ask Arvius about... I guess I could fire off a thing right now.
Quitters never win.
All right. Kamadamaru. Thank you for the resub. Cheers. Good man, Zenthafile. Hey guys. Sorry about yesterday's absence. I ended up getting back Wednesday and just being totally out of it and had too much shit to catch up with Thursday to stream. So I caught up with stuff on Thursday. Relaxed a little bit. It's amazing how much our run was slowed down by the late acquisition of candles. I was watching a little bit of RBS the other night, and his run is way ahead. Like he had a day one like 130 profit or 125 profit, because of the mod that makes the consistency of the initial candle checks happen. Which just means, surprise, surprise, RNG was dicking us. Good morning, Solly. Are there Lindworms on unpause? Thanks. Are we going to fight Lindworms? Do we need Lindworms for some reason? Probably not. I think we have all the components we need to activate that armor. There's Strats over there. Do we want to fight 8 more Strats for some reason? We have all the components for the respec, right? So do Strats give us... I think they do. Do they give us lighter armor? So I want to take the end of this run to really... flesh out a couple of the final testing ideas. Yes, my wife is simultaneously blacksmithing and construction working. We had the backing up sound of a large construction vehicle going off. I like that. It's impressive. What do they call those on the radios? On the job on the radio, the sound man. He used to like job be to like make all the different sound effects on the radio. What's that called? What am I looking for here? I'm looking for BattleBrothers wiki on crafting for armor attachments. So the fur padding was really good. We could test the Kraken plating, but it looks really bad to me. And the light armor was resin. So we probably have 2 resin right now. It's resin and spider silk. So we could bring more. We don't technically need more though, right? Foley artist, is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called. That doesn't ring a bell, but it just might mean because I never knew the name. Alright. So I don't think there's a reason to fight these strats. And I kind of want to start the new campaign today or tomorrow as well, so I don't know that I want to spend the time on it. So we'll just run from them. We already have the resin. I think we killed whatever it was we were looking to kill. I was told there's Lindworms. Don't know where there's Lindworms. Alright, let's head to the taxidermist. Yeah. Foley artists. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Alright. So... Kraken shield, which is totally useless.
A kind gesture.
Thank you. Special cup, great. Hey, Sully. Add you to the list. All right. Oh, that new Astartes video was fucking great, by the way. Made me want to play some sort of Warhammer game super badly. All right. Yeah, it was really good, Sully. It was really good. So I do want to check out the light padding replacements. I've never built these because they seem totally useless to me. There's a Potion of Oblivion. We modded it, or rather, I didn't mod it. YOEN modded it, so it will create 5 for us. See if that breaks the game first. All right, let's take a look. 5, 5, beautiful. Okay. I've never crafted one of these before. They're very, very visual, aren't they? Look at that. Okay. I want the light padding replacements as well. I like how much crafting we did this playthrough. I finally felt like we were close to the balance intended for crafting, but not actually realistically provided for with the inventory restrictions. So I was pleased with that. Is there any reason to craft a shitty Kraken shield? There isn't, right? Like, it just makes me angry and grumpy. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, the new Astartes, the Astartes series, it's probably 10 minutes total of video footage, maybe even less, and it's awesome. is really, really, really good. If you're even remotely related to Warhammer fans or just sci-fi fans in general, you should definitely check that out. Yeah, it's so good. It does make Space Marines come off as total badasses, which prior to this, even in my experience of hundreds of hours of gaming across a number of different Warhammer universes, I've never ever felt the Space Marines to be badasses. I was just kind of like, meh, whatever. So, will I play Darkest Dungeon? A timely and pertinent question.
A renewal. Welcome back.
Our
Cultist Iron Lung Mega is worth hunting for, given being able to shield wall every turn.
No. Cultist Iron Lung Megas don't make any fucking difference whatsoever. The reality of it is that Adrenaline takes care of any one of those. Adrenaline plus timing takes care of that consideration. All right, the only thing I want to do here is I want to copy the save out so that we have these 5 potions, and I want to mess around with some respec ideas here. So let's save and quit, copy the save, and go from there. That's cool, Sully. All right. So, oh, did you mean was I gonna play Darkest Dungeon now? Oh yeah, yeah, I certainly was. My title said BattleBrothers, and the game itself said BattleBrothers. I've been playing BattleBrothers for the last couple of months, but I was in fact planning to switch over. But you kind of jinxed it. I feel like if I did it now, it'd be cursed. So I probably shouldn't. I'm gonna stick with BattleBrothers, I think. Not as part of the plan, but just now. Where is the save file? There it is. Okay. Welcome back. Yeah, I feel good. It feels good to be back. Copy that save. Great. Dump it in here. Okay. Backing up saves isn't Iron Man, is it? Oh, chat wants to troll too. Welcome back. All right.
Fresh from the stagecoach.
Trip was nice. It was very nice. Thank you, Zettel.
Another
Uchi.
fool
Welcome both.
lost in time and space.
You want to see something terrifying, chat? I want to give you a little insight into the life of a streamer. Ready? So, you guys can see each other now, but you can also see my dashboard right up over here is the sub count. So I was gone. So my normal streaming, we streamed on Monday, half day. Tuesday I don't normally stream. So it was Wednesday, Thursday we were gone. Today's Friday. So there's 2 days, right? So the sub count when I left was 600. Oops. So 2 days of absences, 50 days of subs. Just to put that up there for like kind of what Twitch Prime has done to subbing, which is, it's great. They've added a ton of new subs in there, but they've made it a moment-to-moment popularity contest in some degree, and it's scary. It's scary. All right. So we're gonna play around with some late game build respecs here. Oh God, the white background. Any idea what those psychers were supposed to be, Sully? I think the best suggestion was Dark Mechanicus, because they didn't look like total psychers, because they had the whatever that physical enhancement was, but they didn't really look like totally like warp torn, like whatever else. And I was trying to figure that out as I was watching that. Ikagos. Welcome back. IGACOS. What were we gonna respec? So this puncture build was an absolute fucking failure. So if we go through the actual build list for this one, what do we find? The overwhelm archer was fine, did his job. This is our previous archer build. The science archer was really good for dealing with chosen. It was okay in other specs too. It was better versus Ancient Undead because throwing axes are a thing versus Ancient Undead, and it was okay but not amazing versus orcs. The damage is nice. off the throwing weapons, but it still runs into the same problems that archers always run into versus orcs, which is that you really don't want archers and orcs. Versus like light orcs, it's fine, but versus heavy orc warriors, your archers sooner or later will have a heavy orc warrior sat directly on top of them, and they don't really have shit tons of stamina to be spamming something like footwork. It was actually really good. The duelist throwing spec was very satisfying to kill people with javelins. I like that a lot. I would use this build again. The whip throwing hybrid. This felt like an early game build to me. I don't think I would build this late. And the issue is it doesn't do any damage. Hypothetically, the duelist throwing spec does damage, but there seemed to be, when I compare that to the archers, I'd rather have the archer most of the time, I think, and build the whips into other brothers. I do want a minimum number of whips on the team. The whips have been extremely flexible and really, really powerful. So I don't want to give up whips, but I don't think I want to do it via hybrids. So the issue with this character in particular is he's super flimsy. Never gets any real HP added to him, and it stamps out all the time, right? So this was the other thing, like the resolve, not resolve. Of course, resolve doesn't get ribs anyways, but the stamina became a huge issue. Megas were good. I don't know that I'm ready to change anything on the megas. Maybe Colossus is unnecessary for running padded armor because it's less likely to get wounds, but doesn't protect the head already. So maybe Colossus needs to be changed to something like Steelbrow that would protect the head from wounds, or maybe not. I don't know that it matters. The Mega Tank build seems pretty solid still. Very useful across all portions of the game. Frontline fodder. Yeah, welcome to Frontline fodder. It's not a build that you worry about. Mid to late game two-handers. So we tested Adrenaline. I want to take a couple more fights thinking about it. Arvius is swearing by Adrenaline right now, and it just feels like such a win more to me. I haven't found it to be that impactful. Even in this like ridiculous scenario where we have huge amounts of stamina because of Cultists, it still hasn't really seemed that impactful to me, the two-handed Adrenaline builds. And what is it giving up to take that? We're giving up, a lot of times we're giving up weapon specs, but on the low HP ones that make sense, or the low accuracy ones that make sense, but I don't really care. I'm not really planning on doing anything else with that. But so what are the builds we actually tried it on? The megas, it's been incredible. Where's my Adrenaline two-handers? Here, right? No, it's the Hammer Brothers, right? So what have we given up to get there? No gifted, no gifted, no stat pool there. But what was the other cost? Can't go duelist this way. The hell am I missing? What does my other two-handers have? Student recover, rotate. Gifted Steelbrow Colossus. This is a survivability perk we give up for that. I don't know if that was that relevant. Maybe there is room for taking that survivability perk and it's not such an opportunity cost. This just felt very, very situational. I mean, a lot of times just win Mori. All right, the Cleaver Bro was excellent. I would definitely, the two-handed Cleaver Bro never happened because we never got a two-handed Cleaver. But in general, I feel like having one brother just dedicated to the two-handed Cleaver Bro is amazing, right? This gives you all the benefits of a whip with none of the downsides of having the duelist, missing the duelist perks. And I think you could do this same build here, but just hold a whip, right? So the thing about whip is you can actually switch it and then still whip using all your AP even without quick hands. So you wouldn't have to have this. So if you take this one here and just duplicate this, oops, whatever I just did there, undo that. This seemed to be very close to what we want here, which is Berserk and Duelist. And that gets you everything you still want. So this is like Homie Chop's build, right? Which was very close to this. We ended up taking quick hands and still taking Duelist because the two-handed cleaver we picked up sucked. And it's fine. Being able to move the whip around is really nice, but a lot of times you can preemptively do that and it's not such a big deal. It's not such a, the stamina wasn't really there, even with Iron Lungs, even with Colossus, with Cultist background, to be whipping and cleavering repeatedly in multiple rounds. It just doesn't seem to be something that's all that relevant. So I don't think you have to have the quick hands, but if you're building a two-handed cleaver, maybe you can, maybe not. I guess I could throw in there whatever else instead. So maybe adrenaline or I don't know, one of the survivability perks potentially. The Goblin Banner was great. I'm building this again. Only thing I wish I could fit into this would be polearm spec as well. No real reason for that except mobility, I guess. So I'm pretty happy with that build. That build has been a massive improvement over the banner. Allows the banner to do exactly what it's supposed to be doing while still contributing. I liked building it for attack. I didn't seem to find the lack of range defense that relevant. And then the duelist build, this was still by far the highest damage dealing brother on our team, was the orc duelist. So I'm pretty pleased overall with that. I wanted to test, I want to look at chat again. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Speculations are called Goldmen, a kind of modification of Iron Man from one of the book series. Cool. Wonder what book series that was. I've been looking for a good Warhammer book series. I'd read a good Warhammer book series if there was one. What do I think of Warhammer Mechanicus, the video game? I liked the alpha. My understanding was the alpha wasn't a whole lot different than release, though. Can homie be the repost build for the monolith? Probably, if we wanted to do that. Arby's fights only brigands and runs into them turn 1. Not true. Adrenaline on a frontliner looks more like an off-tank build to me. Someone that can tank a few rounds with adrenaline in down if your mega is busy elsewhere. That's certainly what I ended up using Q-Kitten for. Combine the Puncture and Whip Bro. Puncture Brother needs work, this build. It already is short on stats, right? The biggest issue is Puncture is as bad as I fucking thought it was going to be. All the predictions with Puncture came true. All the predictions were pretty simple, considering Puncture has a few very core requirements to it, minus 15 attack and 15 stamina. And it turns out having a brother who reliably can attack 3 times at 15 stamina per attack is really hard. And that having minus 15 attack makes it really hard to hit. Who would have guessed? Nimble Cleaver Duelists. Been using Nimble Cleaver Duelists. The Orc Duelist with Nimble been good because it gives a ton of stamina back. And Nimble is... We're sorting through Nimble. We're figuring out where it is. The new edition of Armors has been really interesting. I would like to still have a mid-tier Armor Brother. One of the ones with, like, wearing stuff like this, the 242 stuff, running Battleforge and Nimble. I just don't know what a brother like that does. Or how exactly you end up building that. Oh, I missed the donation a minute ago. Thank you very much, Jasper Higgins, for the $5 donation. I think we're pretty much done the Filthy Fight series. I'm still waiting on my editor. 2 weeks ago, I recorded a video. 2 weeks ago, I recorded the newbie guide video. I'm expecting it to be ready every single day, and I've been told every single day that it's been ready. But it's not ready yet. So, soon, I hope. And Dogert B, 14 months. Welcome back. Alright, keep reading through this. Maybe no footwork on Goblin Banner and polearm spec instead. I don't know, it's the only brother I like footwork on. He reliably has a ton of stamina and doesn't use it very much in the fights because he isn't multi-attacking very often, which means that he's one of the few brothers that ever has footwork to deal with. And I like using the Goblin Banner as kind of an off-tank. Like, when when I need 1 turn of tanking that Orc Berserker or something, I can throw the banner in there and he survives, and then I can walk him away on his own. So I'm not sure I want to get rid of that Uchi. Arby's tends to fight the enemies in waves. Can you dump them? Sully, can you flag me and tag me in Discord with whatever those are, like a link to one or something? That'd be great. I'll check it out. I would like actually some good sci-fi or Warhammer recommendations would be good. I read the Drizzt series. I think I read the first one, Vand. I don't remember. I read something set in that world, I think. Don't remember. Night Lords trilogy. Don't remember that one way or the other. I watch RBS VODs. No, I don't watch VODs. Okay. Still catching up with chat. All right. Yeah, I've read Joe Abercrombie. I read through a bunch of his stuff already. Okay. So we're back to where we are, which is we're going to test out a couple of these builds and finish this run up. I liked this run a lot. It was different and very informative, and it's the first time we've actually got to finally play around with the trophies and potions in what I think is the intended manner, which, by the way, is just not realistic in any other playthrough so far. We're going to do it again because I liked it enough that, that I want to do that. I still would like to see... I don't know if this becomes a... Do I add it to the list as like... When we start our Season 12 builds, what I'll do is I'll take the refinement from the Season 11 builds, and then I will triage a bunch of the builds that I'm not using or not interested in, and then we'll adapt for new builds we want to test and builds based on potentially specific sets of this playthrough, like, for example, if we have a limitation. But I do wonder about a build with the double Battleforged armor. What do we gain from that? So essentially it's one more defense point. And presumably it's going to be an absurdly tanky brother, but it's really hard to get a sense of how much more tanky that is. And also what the hell the armor is going to look like for that. I mean, we did end up picking up something that was fairly high armor per weight, right? But it wasn't this. There's a couple of good ones. This one was fairly light. That one was fairly light. Not sure. Scarce use is the big thing. I'm okay with that, Jarek. I don't know that potions should be something we use non-stop, but what I'm not okay with is the huge cost of carrying around the components. Like, if I fight some spiders out of portions of missions or just because, like, I have to fight some spiders, it would be nice if the consumables I picked up off of them, their webs, etc., their venom sacs, would somewhere be that I could use them to craft without taking up huge chunks of my inventory. At the very least, these should be fucking stackable, right? Like, do I need 10 individual web poison glands? Does that take up anywhere near as much room as a war axe? Doesn't cost you a perk, you get Battleforged for Brawny. Yeah, you think that? So we're now, so the benefit of a Nimble brother is Nimble is an HP multiplier, and by not raising stamina as much, you can focus on raising HP, which gives you back effective hit points. If you, we're now wearing a medium armor, which weighs quite a bit more than Nimble armor, presumably in the vicinity of 10 or 15 more. Can we really afford not to take Brawny? And if we're not taking Brawny, where are we putting our stats? We're now kind of in this weird mix of a lot of stamina required and a lot of HP. Is this like a late game Hedge Knight build for super tanky Hedge Knights? Would I use the stacking mod? I don't know. I mean, our workaround right now has just been to take a huge inventory, which is fine. I can live with that workaround. But I've had thoughts about this. Like, it would be nice if consumables and potions and shit, like all this shit, if it had a separate inventory, then people could stop being like, oh my god, Filthy's using this huge carry capacity. But at the same time, I could actually interact with the entire last expansion, which would be nice. Yeah, it's kind of weird too. This is slightly frustrating for me. So, slightly frustrating and slightly awesome about it at the same time, right? And the awesome stuff is there's a shit ton of new things that are enabled by weapons that you find. Weapons that take less stamina per swing. Weapons with increased head chance. Armors that are super, super light. Famed one-handed duelist weapons. Orc weapons. All these things really, and then all the new goblin stuff, they all kind of allow unique things to be done with them, but you can't respec brothers in this game, and because those items are so rare, it's extremely difficult to get to a point where you can build around that. And that's a little bit frustrating because it's like, sweet, I could have, instead of having 4 primary builds or 6 primary builds or something like that, I could end up having like 10 unique brothers on a team that are all doing slightly different cool things based on the unique things they've found in the game, except the respecking doesn't support that. And that's a little bit weird. Because, like, leveling a brother from 0 to full takes so goddamn long, especially when you're looking at veteran levels. Like, there's no way to ever get a brother at this stage in this campaign that is equivalent to Homie Chop, right? I mean, these stats are absurd. And it's because he's a 19 level. He's an 8 level veteran. That's 8 extra stats to attack, defense, and probably stamina or health, but... yeah, perhaps we need to make respec potions more viable. I don't know. I hate pulling away from the intended stuff, but it does seem weird, that combination. Okay, so all right, we should update goals today. Do the goals today and see what they are, and then end this run. I think this run has dragged on long enough. So we want to do the Axe Duelist respec. We want to test light armor attachments. We're gonna do the Dovkul armor. That's an exclamation point. I will guarantee today we have the Dovkul armor unless YOEN has failed, and I suspect he tests his mods. We don't care about recruits anymore. We're all done recruiting. We'll probably do Monolith today because Monolith has an O in there. Can use all the respec potions the same brothers so I can get multiple gifted perks. Fantastic. That's exactly why I wanted multiples. I bet you that's why they made it so hard too. It's like, rather than fix the fact that you can't really deal with gifted giving stat points and endless respecs, they're like, meh, we'll just make it so you can only do it once. But maybe you're right, Wyoin. Maybe dropping Brawny would actually be viable. It would be kind of be nice to have like some brother with absurd... I mean, we'd need the HP to actually be reflective of that. So. All right. 4 times 4 equals 16 attack, which can make my Dagger Bro viable. It's still not going to be fucking viable. Has all the same problems. Like, I loved the idea of a Puncture Bro, mostly because Dagger Spec is currently an entirely useless ability. Especially with the whips totally counterfeiting the Geist Killer. Like, there used to be a point to having Dagger Mastery, which was you could kill 3 Geists a turn with it, but there's no point now. Or 4 Geists a turn or whatever. But thanks, Sully. Okay. By the way, will you guys tell me if on the hour you see the rally notifications? I fucking forgot to set up that bot. I need to add that to my to-do list. It took a little while to get back to me on it. Yeah, I understand. Wow. Yeah, if you scroll down, there should be rally notifications. It's an engagement app kind of idea. We'll see if it is something that we like on channel or not. We're testing it out anyways, part of the beta for that. All right, so we're respecking, and I am putting off respecking because we just found our... Oh, I want to get the Dovkul armor. Let's get the Dovkul armor. I want to see how heavy or light that is. So we probably just need to camp at night, and we know where the monolith is. What are we doing in the meantime? I suppose we are still checking for potential recruits and looking for some big orc fights. We are dodging the fuck out of random goblin fights because... unlike they'll never attack us, that would be crazy talk. This is so not what we need for this either. Can we just Alt F4 this, chat? I'm not set up for this at all. We're going to be rooted. It's going to be super boring. Can't back up. You'll get rooted before you can move. Oh, what a wonderful fight. 10 of my people are prevented from repositioning on turn 1. I hope you like the position you're in. Fuck this. Like, I don't want to deal with this as my first fight. Fuck that. I have every intention of doing interesting things today, and this is not one of them. If we have to shoot that with archers and fucking kite shields, we will, but we're just gonna not fight that because it's boring and has 0 impact on anything.
A renewal. Welcome back.
Chorvaskar, welcome back.
Iron Man.
Iron Man indeed. The rally thing looks like it could be fun and it can be a scam. Well, it doesn't. It can't be a scam. It doesn't take anything from you. It's free. Yeah, just let me know if notifications pop up on the hours or not. Looks like it's trying to collect information. Oh, and one day I hope to be an integrity mod player for sure. All right, so we're just dodging fucking goblins because we're not dodging goblins because an idiot here. All right, one more time. We don't even F4 very well. Would I like to shut down Windows? No, I would not like to shut down Windows. Thank you for offering. All right, so we got to work on our Alt F4ing. Practice makes perfect, chat. We'll be perfect for the next one. Okay. So I now have to fight them. And that means I have to reset people for kite shields. Modders? May I have a formation mod, please? Pretty please. Formation mod. Okay. No. Fighting goblins. We love fighting goblins. Fighting goblins is great. It's great. And put on our fur capes. Yay, fur capes. Alright, do we want Billy the Bannerman for fighting goblins? No. Do we want anyone for fighting goblins? No. Do we want to fight goblins? No. Are we fighting goblins? Yes. All right. Best days of our life. Goblin fighting. Who doesn't love it? Do I have to bring 12? We were doing things. We had things we wanted to test. Fucking goblins. You're so irritating. You're so irritating. I have to like pull things out of inventories. I guess this is me waking up. Good morning, Filthy. Have some things out of inventories and stuff. Go. Please don't do Lone Wolf. No, chat, this reminds me. RNG. I saw it, man. Well, we're gonna make some decisions. The stuff that's appealing to me about Lone Wolf is we can maybe do it's like after playing with cultist backgrounds for a couple weeks now, I like immediately want to go do something that doesn't require cultist backgrounds but has like super sick backgrounds. I don't want to fight you goblins. The whole reason why we have this anti-goblin fight set up like this is so I can just lazily sit back and not have to deal with goblins. Okay. I thought I had enough coffee in me for goblins, but I don't. I'll be back in a second. All right, what did I miss? Oh, goblins shooting me with arrows while rooting my entire team? Shocking.
A renewal. Welcome back.
Welcome back,
Lasting
Wowien.
a month in one game community must be pretty good.
Must be pretty good. Thanks for the resub. I'm gonna spend all around shooting that. It's fine. We'll run them out of ammunition. That's our problem. Our plan, rather. Also, 3 archers versus goblins. I should probably move down the field with 2-handers at this stage with all this gear, but it's just... Like, alright, what do I gain? I gain the satisfaction of killing goblins with adrenaline. I lose the... No, it's not that risky. It's not like I'm going to lose people very often, but I am occasionally going to take 5-day puncture wounds for no reason. Yes, very interesting. $43, $49. The joy. Oh, flimsy follower. Can we triple kill him? 40% chance to hit with puncture. 102 attack skill. We did it. Ooh, do we get whatever it is back? Dude, by the way, puncture build there. Who needs puncture? You just triple stab him with the rest of it. Thanks for the cheers. Triple P. Alright, I do in. I am going to let you guys vote. I make no promises whether or not your votes mean anything, but I'm going to let you do that. For the joy of voting. $39. We did it! He's dead! Alright, what's Sunbeam doing? 36, 36, 0. If I use what at all? Scimitars, no. Nope. They seem really bad though. They're like, they're an early game weapon, right? So they're a cleaver. I'm not sure which one is which though. There's 2 that have been added. One is the cleaver variant, and the executioner build, the whatever it's called, not executioner. Decapitate has actually been really good this playthrough. It's something else that I learned this playthrough that I would totally use again. But if I put it on a sword, I lose damage for the cost of accuracy. That's an early game equation. Like, that's something in the very early game you might want to do. But they're not available in the early game, which leaves me wondering what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing with them. Now there's the other ones. The other ones do something entirely different. The other ones are the ones that cause wounds, right? But you're causing wounds with the sword. I mean, I guess that's okay for fighting unarmored opponents. Well, what unarmored opponents are there? Spiders, who actually are armored, but kind of lightly armored. Unholds? You're not going to cause wounds on a unhold with one hand, nor do you care. I don't know. It seemed. We need like 2 more archers for this. This is too slow with 2 archers. Alright, so you're fucked. Do we want to go attack them? No. Why did I just get hit? I walked up there. Oh, yeah, the spear wall. Oh, that explains it. The fool. Dude, he has spear spec too. He attacked me twice. Who knew? Okay. Khopesh is better than military cleavers. Neither of them are usable. I have no idea if they're better or not. You can look at the stat sheet yourself. But neither of them fucking do anything compared to real cleavers. You want famed cleavers to care about cleavers. At least in my opinion. Famed Khopeshes are good. I've never seen a famed Khopesh. Alright, goblins. I'm still here. I'm still spending my life fighting you right now for some reason. You're clearly not going to win. And if you kill the dagger brother, that's a buff for us. That makes our team better. Maybe the goblins are here to help us improve. $38, $30, $26, $34. Still here, goblins? Why? Go away. Divines apply a debuff. Yep, minus 35%. I think it's initiative, melee defense, and range defense. Oh, look. Look at the things that happened here. We moved somebody forward, so he gets isolated, netted, and bugged. We move somebody else forward. He got punctured. This is with 111 HP in Colossus, and it's still a fucking injury. So annoying. This is why we set up the fight we set up with goblins, which is we shoot them down from range, because it takes like, I don't know, 20% longer, maybe 50% longer, but it does it without injuries consistently. We just don't have enough archers anymore, so we got rid of them all. And donated that. Thank you very much, Funky Monkey. We're being punctured. Fucking goblins. Insect swarm. It's a fun one. Pulls out dagger for punctures.
kind gesture.
Didn't bring a lot of ammunition to this fight, because we're clearly not actually fucking set up to fight goblins. Oh, it's so annoying. Still here, goblins? Yeah. Should have done the other way around, of course. I ever used the footwork rotate combo for the Goblin Brother? Goblin Brother? Oh, yeah, didn't we answer this on stream already this morning? When I walked through the builds, and people were there was a suggestion that it'd be nice to have pull line respect. I've had this conversation. Did we just take another wound? I just heard someone get hit by a puncture. Okay. All right. Javelin, die. Did Sully get hit by a puncture again? Is that what just happened? Sure did. I think the basic breakdown was we don't care about people. Dude, out of stamina on Sunbeam. Yeah, you can roll famed on throwing weapons. So what's the end result of this fight been? An injury, bunch of armor and tool damage, the frustration of fighting fucking goblins. And for what? What do we gain? Oh, right. I shouldn't end my turn. There's a guy over here. Gain nothing. Look at this asshole standing in melee casting. You should have your spells disabled while you're in melee. This is horse shit. I mean, I never understood that. Like, you go into Goblin City, you should just lose instantly if you don't have Resilient. Because there's 5 shamans or something, or 4 shamans. And they should all just immediately cast that on you. And then and it lasts for 3 rounds. They should easily just cover your entire team with that. And their goblins are still entirely fucking, their weapons are still entirely fucking useless. Alright. It's always wounded. Let's go have a look. Useless backgrounds. This seed has been kind of rough in terms of backgrounds too. Like, we never found a dumb brother of any value. What am I looking for? Why am I looking for backgrounds? Oh, we're not. We're just trying to give the Dovcool event time to fire. That's what we're trying to do. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, all goblins have the Warcaster feat for sure. Didn't we get a dumb poacher? Yeah, but it's not helpful to have dumb on the classes that already convert. It's only helpful to have dumb on the classes that don't convert normally. So having dumb on a poacher actually is worse for us than not having dumb on a poacher. Do we have the head? We don't have shit. I haven't done either of these events in a very long time too, so I'm kind of excited about that. What is it like? We don't have to camp, but it's like within a certain range of cities at night, right? Doesn't matter anymore at all? Okay. Good. It's just gonna fire. Right. I want to do a recap on stream. I'll do it on stream too, and then record it and upload it for the cultist run today. What were you checking? Did we even check backgrounds there? I'm sure we did, but I mentally just blanked that entirely. Now, what are they buying at? They're buying at 17.4. We have goblin materials. I have famed items in my inventory because goblins made me change my inventory around, which means that at any moment they might be lost to a drunkard. Alright, so I need to immediately respec for this shit. The lighter one goes here. Orc Cleaver gets an Orc Cleaver. Lulloways gets an axe. Sully gets a pat in the back, but not on the shoulder. He's sensitive there. And Meme Daggers gets a fucking scowl and a told to go away. Alright. Death Dancy leveled. Uh-oh. Isn't this Homie Chop's level? Or is Homie Chop 19? Homie Chop might be 19. Where's his other axe going? I have another brother. Oh, you. Okay. Alright. Really? Brothers with brain damage can be converted now? That's cute. Alright, I just want this event to trigger. So we can play around with that. Do I have food to just like go camp in a field for like a week? No, food is a prohibited substance in this fucking area. So, alright. We haven't had an event fire this. There it is. Okay. Homie Chop enters your tent. Hold on a minute. Let's read this event out loud. Homie Chop, best cultist, enters your tent and a strong, brisk wind chases in after him. Rearing up your scrolls and other notes, he walks forward, hands crossed before him, a rather priestly look to his approach. Sir, I've been spoken to, and it is a grave matter, which I've been given responsibility for. You put your hand up and tell the man to be silent. Carefully, you reach out to each candle in the tent and snuff them out until one remains. You bring it to your face. Speak to me, Davkul. Kneeling before the candle, you hold your hand over the flame and the fire comes to a standstill, pointing upright and unmoving. You've seen icicles more animated than it. You stare into the glow and the tent melts away, slipping into the folds of an immense and immutable darkness. The cultist is gone. In his place is a black cloak, its arms to your shoulders, a slate of granite for a head, its edges chipped and cracking. It appears there's something behind this mass, behind this futile effort to keep your mind safe from its true visage. You reach out to the mask, but some invisible force stops you. In good time you shall see all that I am. The voice is booming, yet narrowed into a brutish whisper only you can hear. I'll give you death, mortal, and warmed in its comforts, death shall be visited upon your enemies. Sellsword early cult frontis will not be lost. He will be with you always, this I promise you. A whiteness snaps back over you, a rush of wind, tent flaps curling outward, the candle's flame tilting impossibly without going out, and a frigid coolness that has your first breath seen floating across the air. Homie Chop, best cultist, is nowhere to be seen. You quickly get up and touch your face and skin, making sure that you're all you're supposed to be. To your great disappointment, Davkul is gone, and you are still here. So, this is great. By the way, the only reason Sellsword has been in our company for this entire campaign after he got wounded was initially we were looking for the water, and then when we didn't find the water and we got BattleBrothers, he was here specifically to be a level 11 plus sacrifice so he could potentially trigger on the Davkul event. That's very, very nice. So, the sacrifice must be made. Davkul would be most unhappy with your failure to obey. Not that you feel any urge other than to do what is asked. You and Homie Chop, best cultist, go to Sellsword early cult front's tent. He leans up as though already expecting you, and he sees the knife in the carriage of your party and nods at the simple sight of it. Homie Chop, best cultist, kneels beside the man. You realize they've already talked about this, and the question to you very well may have been a test of your devotion to Davkul. You're happy to have passed. Sellsword unbuttons his shirt, and Homie Chop, best cultist, pierces his chest, although he were putting a key into a lock, and he twists it all the same. The sacrifice gasps and tenses, for no devotion to Davkul can put aside the manner in which death may be permitted, which is pain and suffering. But he smiles, and the light doesn't go so much out of his eyes as the darkness. But he smiles, and the light doesn't so much go out of his eyes as the darkness, comma, a sort you haven't seen before, replaces it. And like that, he's gone. Homie Chop, best cultist, gets to work on the still warm corpse, carving the flesh with rapid slices across the skin and hard cuts into the tendons. He pulls the chest apart. A black fog lingers with the blade's every move, and it seems to sway cheerily after its every move. When Homie Chop is done, sacrifice. He's not sacrifice, he's a person. Sellsword has been turned into a slab of armor. Flesh torn asunder and stretched, teeth for rivets, tendons for strappings, bones for pauldrons, a cuirass of absolute carnage. And it pulses and moves as though that which manifested, there should be a witch in there, that which manifested it still lived. Homie Chop, best cultist turns you, his hands slopped red. It's done, and it is good. All right. I did not see an item applied to my inventory, though. There it is. The mythical Davkul armor, which we've never had before in any of the 1,500 hours of playthrough. Oh, it makes a noise.
Welcome back.
Chat, it sounds very moist. Was there a scroll down I missed? Whoops. Welcome back, Denalo. Thank you for the resub. 270 armor, 18 maximum fatigue, regenerates 90 HP per turn. What is that power ratio similar to? 290 for 25. Would this be the fucking Battleforged nimble shit? And that's lighter than I was expecting it to be. Probably not, right? The nimble is like super light. You need combined no more than 16, and this is already 18. So this is just very, very light Battleforged armor. You think it's this, Jerk? I don't think it is. I think we're more realistically looking for something like this is 180 for 15. No, it's one of our other Nimble brothers. I think it's something like this, 190 for 8, right? Like 270 for 18 is what? This is 15 to 1, and what's this one? 190. What did I say? 190 for 8 is 24 to 1. So I actually don't think it's that. I think it's probably the other one if we were to do that. Okay. Well, that's the plan. Exactly. Is to run something like these two pieces to heal HP and heal body HP. Do durability attachments make any sense? I don't know what makes sense. Missed your donation, 6 Taco. Thank you. I'll add you to the list. All right. All right, we're going to get the helmet. Don't worry. Helmet's going to trigger in a moment. This, by the way, should be almost a guaranteed in your cultist playthrough, in my opinion. Like, if you want to go long enough, this should never still just be a 1% chance at, like, day 300 in a cultist campaign. What the fuck is the point? You want to make this a 1% chance in regular campaigns with cultists? Fine. But we have never, I mean, I've put more hours into this game than 99% of the player base who will play this game will ever put into it. Right? That's just how it works. We've just never seen this naturally, which means that most people just aren't experiencing it. It may as well not be content for the bulk of people playing the game. All right, we need food. I'm very curious now if they could just lose it. Anyone upset about that, by the way? Nope. Headlight armor. They accelerated the mod? Yeah, we forced it with the mod because it was never going to happen. We've already waited 400 days in this campaign and not had it, so I'm just not going to worry about it. Yeah, but on Atara, you might have needed to have 75% of the party be a cultist, but literally 100% of our party is a cultist, and over 90% of our party has been a cultist for over 400 days. Or 400 days. Like, all right. I would like to find an orc cleaver or an orc axe, famed axe. I'm not sure we can just do that. But let's go into the orc wilds and go look for orc axes. Okay. Okay. We gained 46 crowns for killing an elk. Have I been bad about my donations this morning? Thank you, Fuggy Monkey. I did not. Nope. Call it a couple days of being away. Cheers. Forgotten all I've known for the last 5 years, huh? Okay. Did I give you 300? Oh, man. Sold. Wait. How can I subtract 297 and you still have 32? What? 300 minus 297 is not 30 fucking 2, game. There we go. Oh my god. I probably screwed something up fatally. How? What? Alright, I broke it. I managed to break it. Feels bad. We'll fix it at some point, triple P. But it won't be right this instant. We got there? Did we get there? Don't we currently have... We added 300, removed 297, then removed the 32 that were existing, and now it's down to 0 and won't add more. Perfect. Okay. Oh man. Alright, let's move on. Okay. It should be at 3, Billy. You can fix it? Sweet. Thanks. So we got rid of Sellsword as a sacrifice. That's perfect. I'm not fighting fucking 18 goblins. I don't care that there's a ton of wolf riders. It makes no difference.
A new subscriber arrives. It fills you with determination.
Shot on my phone. Thank you for the sub. Alright, we're looking for a couple work camps would be nice. And maybe we just do monolith. I want to check out the respecs. I didn't really want to respec until... No, let's just scout. Let's scout.
A renewal. Welcome back.
More goblins. Sweet.
Morning. Hope you had a good trip.
Thank you, Nolan. I did indeed. Welcome back. So what did I do, Billy, to break it, by the way? Where are these fucking orcs, man? There's no way this is reasonable. I don't want to fight fucking goblins on this seed. Didn't we just take out all the armor too? Yeah, this seed has been super light on orc camps, insanely heavy on goblin camps, and it's been super miserable all the way. This is as many goblins as Goblin City right now. want to do this right now. I don't want to take Goblin City #2 right now. I know, it's like, for fuck's sake. All right.